So you're looking to come to San Diego, California. You've done your research, maybe you got orders with the military or the Navy or the Marines, and you're coming out here. Well, in this video, I'm gonna go through 10 things that you need to be able to handle when you come to the area. If you cannot, I would avoid living here, right? Hey, what's up, family? My name is Emery Jensen with ESP Realty and Living in San Diego channel. I'm a real estate agent here in the California area, and we get tons of people all the time reaching out to us through call, text, email, or even scheduling a Zoom call with us in the link in the description below. If that's you guys, please reach out to us. We're available days, nights, weekends, holidays, whenever you are. So however you reach out to us, we got your back when you come to the San Diego area. Now let's get to the video. So fact number one that I want to get into is the general transportation here. This is going to be like things like the buses, the trains, public transportation that we normally see in the big cities. About that here in the area, it's pretty bad here. We have a decent setup, but it's not the best when you compare it to places like New York or even LA. So having a car is pretty much a must, right? We do have a trolley that goes to the city and to other parts of the area, but it doesn't reach the best parts, not the best parts, but it doesn't reach the biggest parts where you might need to be going. It mainly goes through downtown, Mission Valley, and Chula Vista. But if you're trying to go more north, then you have to take the bus for that, which is a little bit more of a hassle. But if you don't mind that, then there you go. It's not too bad of a thing for you guys, right? Now, talking about transportation, that brings me to my next fact number two, which is gonna be the traffic here, right? The traffic is of course, when you go to any city, you're gonna have some traffic along the way, whether it be all the time or just certain periods of times of the day. Here in San Diego, the traffic is gonna be the worst around 7 a.m. to 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning. And then after that, it's pretty chill up until 3 to 4 p.m. or even 5 p.m., depending if there's an accident or something like that, right? But other than that, when you compare to cities like LA, New York, or San Francisco, it's truly uncomparable, even to San Jose area, right? San Jose has pretty bad traffic as well. But San Diego, especially on the weekends too, there's essentially no traffic. There's cars on the highway, of course, but you're not gonna be sitting in lines like you are in LA 10, 30 minutes at a time in bumper to bumper traffic. That just does not exist here. Thankfully, I love it about San Diego. But if you can't handle the traffic, then definitely avoid coming here. Speaking of the traffic though, that brings me to fact number three about San Diego, California and the area. The drivers are horrible.
I agree.
I'm sure you guys have heard that California drivers suck. Maybe you see California drivers in your area where you're at. Because I know there's quite a bit now in Texas and Florida. But we do have this thing called the California roll. We're bad in the cities, they're also bad in the highways. So it is this thing called a California roll. Maybe you guys have heard of it. But it's where we go up to a stop sign, right? And we pretend to stop. We just pretty much keep on going, right? We don't really stop at all. Roll right through it. And that gets us in a lot of trouble. I know it pisses a lot of people off as well, too. And on the highways, I don't know why, but people love to drive in the far left lane, the fast lane, and go super slow. It's really irritating. It causes a lot of traffic as well doing that. But one big thing as well that's really bad about the drivers here is the rain. For some reason, when it rains here, the drivers they forget how to drive. I don't know what it is. They slow down. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's weird, right? But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Number four. Now this is a big thing when if you're like working downtown or in the areas like Pacific Beach, anywhere along the beach in downtown, you're gonna have to pay for parking, right? Paid parking is a huge thing around here, as I'm sure it's common in most cities as well.
Seriously?
Seriously.
But it can get pretty expensive, especially if you live in downtown or you go downtown a lot on the weekends. If you're looking for a spot, it's gonna be, you have to pay $20 to $30 depending where you're parking at for all day parking. So that's another con that is really, if you cannot handle that, I would avoid moving here to the area. All right, fact number five that I want to get into is, as you guys know, we have tons of beaches along here in San Diego. The whole coastline of California, of San Diego area, the southwest area of San Diego, we have 71 miles of beaches, of coastline on this whole route right here. But having so many beach line is not always the best, because in areas like Imperial Beach, there's tons of stingrays, mostly being because there's not much activity in that area. So stingrays like to go there and chill in the sand, in the shallow water, in the beach area where you can typically play. And if you're not careful, you don't shuffle your feet like you're advised to out here, then it's very possible you might get stung by a stingray. A friend of mine actually got stung twice out here in the same beach, Imperial Beach, on his foot. And if you guys never been stung by a stingray, it's super painful, not a good time at all. So make sure you're out here and you shuffle your feet when you go to places like Imperial Beach. Another beach that you guys might want to be careful of and avoid if you're not about this the whole life is Black Beach. Black Beach is actually a nude beach here, up in the La Jolla area. Maybe if you like that, hey, I don't judge, but just a heads up for you guys that might not want to go out there and see some stuff like that. All right, fact number 6 about here in San Diego is going to be, it really applies to the whole state, but the California state income tax is one of the highest in the country. It's at a rate of 13.3%, so that's pretty significant hit on your income. Granted, we do get paid a little bit more here in the area depending on your career of choice, of course, but it is still there. Even the military here, if you're not deployed and your residence is in California, you will still get taxed unless you're on deployment, right? So that's kind of a bummer as well. I know Texas has like a no state taxing for military and veterans, so that's awesome, but not the case here in California if you're living in the state and not deployed. This caused actually a huge exodus because we hit COVID, right? People found out they could work remotely, so they left the California area, went to places like Texas and Florida to cheaper spots, right? But you know what? Good for them. That also opens up an opportunity for you guys coming in the area. Speaking of military, that brings me to my next fact number 7, which is going to be huge. This whole San Diego area is a huge military city. We have about 7 bases here. There's 3 bases on the island of Coronado alone, which is, Coronado is literally across the bay from downtown San Diego. It's a super nice island, super wealthy people that live on there, but we have 3 bases on there. One is the North Island Naval Air Station, also called NASNY, which is one of the bigger bases on there. That's where they have all the helicopters, they have the carriers parked over there, and then we also have the Naval Amphibious Base, NAB. That is for, obviously, the amphibious ships, amphibious squadrons, stuff like that, and they also that's where they have the SEAL training as well. And then further down the stream is the SEAL training base, strictly just for their training as well. Another big base here in the area is 32nd Street, which you actually see when you come to the area, and especially if you're crossing the bridge to Coronado, there's tons of ships, destroyers, LCSs, amphibious ships. And the only reason why I know this, by the way, is because I was prior military. I'm a veteran, actually wearing a shirt right now. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but I deployed twice in the past 2 years, but I recently just got out and doing my thing now with YouTube, right? So, but yeah, 32nd Street is a huge base as well. We have more bases up north, MCAS, Miramar, Camp Pendleton, just outside of San Diego County in Oceanside area, right? So if you come to these places too, I'm a great resource for that as well. Reach out to me, I can help you guys out and tell you how the whole PCSing process. Let me know, guys. All right, that brings me to fact number 8. Number 8 here is going to be the lack of seasons. As I said earlier in other videos, that San Diego has really not much difference, there's not many seasons that you can tell, right? They all kind of blend in. We have an average temperature here of 70 degrees, so that's super nice all year long. But if you're a fan of having snow, you like seeing all the colors of fall and tons of rain, like does in Washington, you're not really going to get that here. We get kind of a June gloom for 2 or 3 months out of the year, but that normally clears up by noon or 2 or 3 in the afternoon, right? So if you're looking for snow and you're a fan of snow, we don't have that in the immediate area of San Diego, but good news for you guys, you can go up north about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. There's multiple spots up there in the Big Bear area, up by San Bernardino, where you can go snowboarding, sledding, or if you into skiing. You go skiing as well. They even have lakes up there that freeze in the wintertime, so it's pretty cool. So if you don't like driving, then this might not be the best spot for you. All right, fact number 9 that you guys are gonna wanna know that if you guys cannot handle, you should avoid when coming here to San Diego, which is gonna be the housing costs, right? The housing cost here is super expensive, not only to purchase a home, but also to rent a home. The average price here right now, just a 1-bedroom home is $2,200, and of course it goes up from there with each bedroom that you add. The average house price out here is $859,000, but you can find it's a pretty broad spectrum. You can find homes as low as $650,000 in the areas that are more east of downtown. Also, if you're looking at condos, those are going to be a lot cheaper as well, in the $300,000 to $500,000 range, depending on how nice you want to get for those. So, if you guys, if you come to San Diego, make sure you have a high budget for your housing. It is what it is, though. I mean, you're coming to a great area, so I mean, I think it's worth it. I love it here, but it may not be worth it for you guys. Last but not least, my fact number 10 that you guys should know about the area is there is no Whataburger.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
This might seem like an obvious thing for you guys, right? But we have none here at all, right? That's mostly in East Coast and Texas. But we do have In-N-Out, right? If you guys have not tried In-N-Out yet, I highly recommend it. It's always a big thing around here, whether if you're from Texas especially, you've tried Whataburger, you'll always see people arguing over In-N-Out, who's better, In-N-Out or Whataburger, which, I mean, it's all fun and friendly games, right? But I've tried both personally, and I love them both. I can't really choose which one's better. They're kind of like they have their own good things and bad things about each other, so definitely a hard choice, but keep that in mind. No Whataburger, guys. All right, guys, that's my 10 facts for San Diego. I hope you guys learned something that you guys might hate about the area, some things that might love about the area as well. As always, if you guys need help, please reach out to me. Call, text, email, or a Zoom call in the link in the description below. I'm available days, nights, weekends, or holidays. However you reach out to us, we always got your back when it comes to San Diego, California. I'll catch you guys later.